back, my baby bats, and this is another episode of Sherlock Holmes and the Ghost Tattoo. It's kind of getting down to the wire, I think. Yeah, so I have no idea what's going on. Well, like, this is so much further than the furthest I've ever gotten before. So, and I even have to have a walkthrough because this is just insane. This is just bananas. We talked to this old guy in the park, and he's in the bad part of town, getting told to piss off. My God, Watson, you are so fucking slow. Jesus Christ. I'm going to grow old and die, waiting for you to walk across the fucking street. There, leave. Thank God. Okay.
I want you to find a Mrs. Ratchet. Older party, lives off Bishopsgate, near the Spitalfields markets.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. You been out east?
For all the good it did me, I'm suspected and despised there.
Can I take the Metropolitan?
Take the inner circle to Liverpool Street, and pay particular attention to a grocery on Frying Pan Lane.
Frying Pan Lane. I didn't even notice his street name. That's so dumb. Yep. No, fuck off, Austin. No, not you. We'll have to change to the disguise. Make myself look poor. Yeah, it would be kind of funny to have an argument with him about classism and shit. I would vote no new one. But it'd be a fun rip. I can seriously see myself, like, getting drunk and just talking so much shit with him. Cedar light interior is better preserved than the exterior might suggest. The mirror set in the door keeps the resident from committing egregious sartorial blunders. The usual clothing of a middle-aged man of moderate means hang with some less conventional garments. Yeah, I think he's got dress. Yeah, he's got dress in there. He's apparently not afraid to go in drag. Laborer's costume. Put that shit on.
Combined with the right cosmetics, this would do nicely.
I have to. I have to. I have to. Got a cosmetics in here. Why'd you close it, you bitch? Watson's case now contains an assortment of cosmetics. Yes. How do I fucking wear it? Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to. I have to leave and then come back and then talk to Wiggins again, and then it'll probably unlock my ability to actually do something. God! Oh, we both love and hate this game so much. I
Let
really
us
like this
resume our
game.
investigation, Watson.
I'm prepared to follow you anywhere, Holmes.
I got it from the Golden Gals Christmas special the first time that they came to my town in Charleston. It's kind of become a Christmas tradition to go see them every year. Really, but I left and came back. Or I just gotta go somewhere. Not just. Oh, you have to do it twice. I think. Okay.
Wiggins, what news of Mrs. Ratchet? Did Frying Pan Lane pay off?
You've got the nose, Mr. Holmes. Greengrocer's her son. She lives over the shop with her old man. He drinks.
I'm not surprised. I should return straight away.
No offence, Gov, but in Spitalfields, you're as welcome as rats in the pram. It's odd times there. Folks don't take to having the lot picked over by strangers. They get shirty, and they get mean.
Thank you, Wiggins. A solo trip incognito is called for. I've got the means upstairs.
Odd. Yes, let's take 20 minutes changing my code. Yeah, they're wearing so many layers. I have to wonder, like, is it actually that fucking gold up there? I mean, is it really that fucking gold? Hashtag doubt. Son of a gun.
Young Ratchet's a sharpie, but he won't penetrate this disguise.
Probably as soon as you open your mouth, I doubt it. Look at him. Really? Mhm. Look, comrade.
Hello, comrade. Might I pop up to see your mum?
Your business?
She's holding some pamphlets for me. Got to circulate the word.
All right. Don't mess about. Don't dally, you ain't moving in. And don't roil my pie.
Oh, goddamn. It, that is like an out of place, nice fireplace. Like this is like beautiful blue marble. Everything else looks like shit. I'm sorry.
My brother has been incapacitated, Mrs. Ratchet. You may speak to me as you would to him.
The real Mr. Holmes wouldn't sneak up here like a rat catcher. A closed door's no obstacle to a person like you, is it?
I wish to speak about the document that went missing from the ministry.
I stole nothing. I'll say nothing more about that formula. Are you trying to trick me into breaking my oath?
That's right, dearie. Answer no questions, tell no lies, eh? This bloke stand me to a dram, huh?
Be silent, Aloysius. I know my rights and my duty. I have signed the Official Secrets Act. You know authority, whatever your name is. You may leave.
That's right, mister. You can go rotate.
Mr. Grass is hilarious.
When did you last clean the room from which the formula disappeared?
If the real Mr. Holmes sent you, you'd know. May as well get on your bike. You'll get nothing more from me. I don't talk to strangers about my work.
Sir Avery thought his name might secure your cooperation.
He's a gentleman, not a lying sneak about like some.
What do I gotta show her? Oh yeah, signet ring. Duh.
I've noticed Mr. Holmes' ring. He must be fond of dogs. You took it from his finger?
Borrowed it, Mrs. Ratchet. It proves my bona fides.
It proves you have his ring. Nothing more.
Bring it in the sheath. Bring it in the sheath. We'll all cook. Bring it in the sheath. Oh, ha, ha! 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yeah, with a bottle of rum.
Time to look at everything. A plaster bust of Karl Marx, founder of international socialism and principal propounder of dialectical materialism. It's a place of honor in this home. The meager hearth, fired by a single piece of coal, is not equal to heating the kettle on the hob. It inadequately warms the room. The room is illuminated by strategically placed dip candles. The cheap tapers are made of tallow. They smoke excessively and smell like soiled stockings. Why you have to walk all the way around the room just to look at somebody? Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? Ratchet may have once had work, but now, for whatever reason, he is a disconsolate, unhealthy, rheumy-eyed drunk. He sits at the center of the small ruin of a domestic of this small ruin of domesticity in an intoxicated state, conversing with imaginary beings. Look, yeah, now you're gonna walk all the way the fuck back. I swear to fucking God. I swear to God, you suck so hard. A pair of unframed photographs are neatly glued on pasteboard. The pictures show adolescent boys, nicely dressed, awkwardly posed, with shy smiles on their faces. One of the boys is reminiscent of the greengrocer. The simple pendulum clock currently keeps the time of some place in the Russian steppes. But bring around the fucking Rosie. I hate you. Piece of aged Stilton adds its exceptional fragrance to the aroma of boiled cabbage, sweat, and ale. A drugget cloth covers a deal table around which any society must take place. The room's centerpiece serves as a surface for dining, sewing, and study. Stretch's sewing box overflows with miscellaneous scraps and material. Several polemical tracts are stacked on a table, distinguished from the incendiary political claptrap, and are well-thumbed Communist Manifesto and a copy of the recently translated first volume of Marx's Das Kapital. Look, I since showed a snuff box, but I mean,
Perhaps you do come from Mr. Holmes. He's always been fair with me. For the moment, let's say you do.
Might you send out Mr. Ratchet so we can talk?
Send
too
him
drunk.
where? The street. He's a dipsomaniac.
I can barely hear myself, let alone you.
Gin and dining with Duke Humphrey have ruined his health. In this mood, only stimulants settle him.
I was considering a sharp rap on the head with a poker.
Bring in the seas, bring in the I love his song, I love his song. And singing in the salvation bed on the corner. 15
Church
years
hymns.
on the Desmond's chest, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting song choice, given the fact there's a Karl Marx bus there and a copy of the Communist Manifesto. That's a very interesting song choice. Okay.
In lieu of conversation, may I look around your premises?
On what grounds?
You surely realize that you are a suspect in the formula's disappearance.
I had the
She already told you.
opportunity, and my political convictions supply the motive. That's simple-minded and insulting.
You wouldn't commit a crime to support your beliefs?
Rob my employer and traffic in government secrets? Never. I'm no man's dupe, and no country's either. Search if you must. I'm sure you'd threaten my job or incarceration if I denied you. Don't skulk about.
Be a real one.
Is there no other way to calm Mr. Ratchet?
Typical of your lot. Sweep the unfortunate under the rug, pretend they don't exist.
Do you have some coffee or strong tea, madam?
Now you want refreshments? I keep no luxuries here, Mr. Holmes. The proletariat has few enough of the necessities.
Oh, girl. Cupboard contains a few pewter plates, 2 chipped china cups, frying pan, humble cutlery, 2 eggs, some salt, a sugar cone, and a bit of flour. Exit. You got any coffee?
Your pa's in a rare state.
Like a lamb, except when he's drinking, which is mostly.
He needs sobering. Victuals and a hot drink would help.
You a physic in your spare time?
Told you he opens his mouth and he ruins it.
I saw some Hare's Heads coffee on the shelves. If you have the real thing, I'd like a £1/4. Your pa needs the caffeine.
None of my affair. That'll cost you £half-crown. Don't dally, you ain't moving in, and don't roil my pa.
Later. What's going on now? Yeah. Numerous spindles, a dark colored thread, guarding eggs are visible. Mean as hell. Piece of crimson wax is concealed by remnant of calico. Near the semicircular fragment of sealing wax bears the most emblematic print of Foreign Office. The missing portion of the seal is crushed in shape and possesses a distinctively jagged edge. Oh my god, it's the other half. Fragment fit precisely with the bit discovered in Pratt's dustbin. Woman.
You were difficult to find, Mrs. Ratchet. Is that by design?
I'm at Speaker's Corner every Sunday, sir. You might drag yourself out from whatever bourgeois trough you wallow in and receive the truth from Mr. Ingalls.
Would you share any suspicions you harbor concerning the disappearance of the formula?
I'll cast no aspersions.
Those responsible for the theft tried to kill my brother. I will not rest until I find and punish those who are responsible.
In your desire for revenge, would you do violence to the innocent?
The entirely innocent are as rare as a painless amputation, Mrs. Ratchet. Remember that.
They're as common as the
Dude.
entirely guilty, Mr. Holmes. You might remember that.
Tell him off.
That painting is by Thomas Pratt, isn't it?
What makes you say so?
I know Pratt's style. I know his colours. How did you come by it?
He gave it to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps. What is your relation to him?
Very kind man, our Mr. Pratt. Always very kind.
Do you have any idea who would want to harm my brother?
I can't imagine. I'm sorry for his pain and for your grief.
Thank you. This wax is a part of the seal from the stolen formula. How did you come by it?
I picked it up to save the ministry carpet. I'll add it to my tallow for candles.
Lose that story, Mrs. Ratchet. It won't wash. You have placed yourself at grave risk, and not only from the authorities.
What you mean?
I mean that Pratt was murdered for his part in the theft. I mean that as the formula has likely been in this room, you may be in danger. Do not trifle with me. What have you done with it?
I found it behind the clerk's desk and returned it to the ministry reading room. It's there now.
Stop, Mrs. Ratchet. A lie to protect Pratt will serve neither of you now. Tell me what you know of Pratt, Mrs. Ratchet.
He was orphaned young and raised by relations. He seemed an unhappy man, friendless and comfortable in his work, and his bohemian habits didn't help. Tired all the time. But from his first day at the ministry, he was kind to me. Always kind.
And you repaid the kindness, I think. You returned the formula for him.
Yes. After the document was discovered missing, he came back here, sick from worry. Terrible agitated he was. Said it got into his briefcase by accident.
You believed him, then?
Others would have been quick to condemn him, because he's a bit different. But he's been very kind to us.
Yay.
Little remembrances and such.
And Bartle's car.
He begged me to return it, so I did. Makes no difference now, I suppose. But he promised he would tell Mr. Holmes eventually. And I told Mr. Pratt that I would have to if he didn't.
I believe you, Mrs. Ratchet. I only wish you had confided in me earlier. Do you have any idea how Pratt spent his leisure time? With whom he spent it?
No, he was a solitary lad. We talked frequently. He never mentioned friends.
Are you familiar with a place called the Weary Punt?
I should hope not.
I recognize the greengrocer in the photograph. Is the other boy his brother?
Yes, that's David. He's currently living at government expense. He and Sydney are very like, as brothers often are.
Hmm.
Did you attend the Second International?
I had the honour of representing our group in Paris. It is not an actionable offence. The inevitable laws of history predict the triumph of the working class.
Spare me the diatribe, Mrs. Ratchet. Your political predilections are your own affair.
Dialectical materialism teaches as an immutable truth.
Stop, I beg you. You are a radical. Your husband is a tosspot. Your progeny engaged in activities of dubious legality. None of that concerns or interests me at the moment.
Why did you even ask her?
How did you return the formula to the Ministry reading room?
I've worked here 20 years, Mr. Holmes. I'm not entirely stupid. I resealed it and left it amidst the rubble on the clerk's desk.
You didn't think it strange, let alone sinister, that the seal was broken?
The seal must be broken to see what's inside. That's the point, isn't it?
Not really. Why didn't you return it to its filing box?
I couldn't find it. Mr. Pratt said it was number 5. I thought the mess on the desk would suit, and I was certain that Mr. Whitney would never notice until long after I'd gone home. He's not the most attentive clerk.
Was there anything peculiar about the document? Anything unexpected?
Now that you mention it, there was an odd brown stain in one corner. I don't know how it came to be there.
So the formula is back at the ministry. She just went in and put it on dude's desk and left it there. Jesus.
As you were friends, I'm sorry to inform you that Thomas Pratt has been found brutally murdered.
How awful. I'd wondered where he'd gone. He was kind to me, considerate. Always asked after my unlucky boy. I'll miss him.
Would it shock you to learn that Thomas Pratt was involved in the theft of the formula?
If it's
She just
true,
told you.
yes. I never took him for a thief. But if you found your culprit, why are you questioning me?
I don't know why he stole it, or for whom, or who his accomplices were. I wonder if you were one of them, Mrs. Ratchet.
Damn, dude. Okay, now it says to return to 221B. Oh, to change back into my clothes, do we? I think it might automatically do it. Yeah. I need like a lip liner with this because it's starting to bleed a little bit.
Return to the hunt, eh, Watson?
As you say, Holmes, return by all means.
Now we go to the Ministry of Defense. That's why I couldn't do shit earlier. Apparently now you're supposed to go talk to dude at Neville's bath and be like, hey, let me into the Ministry of Defense. Mm-hmm.
You've had no word of Whitney?
No official word? No. The child's ill and I'm late for an appointment at my club. Now please leave.
She mentioned a stain. Oh, Whitney's supposed to be here. And he isn't. Maybe I do go back to the baths.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
Wait, I thought I already did all this. Wait, really? Okay, I'm gonna just do all this off screen. We've
Hot
already
and
had
wet.
enough
A perfect breeding ground for mold.
for
Pasteur would doubtless pay for samples of the captive bacteria.
His institute deals only in...
Perhaps.
whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna skip through all this off screen because that was enough for a whole episode. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. Mind your Gothmother. Bye bye.